from Hampton Cove, Alabama, just outside of Huntsville. I drive a 1916 Hudson Pikes Peak Hill Climber. It's a tribute car, replica of the car that won the very first Pikes Peak Hill Climb in 1916. Well, I drive this particular 1916 Hudson because the 1916 Hudson I had in the 2005 race threw a rod on the last day out of 14 days on the race between Washington, D.C. and Tacoma, Washington. We were at the base of Mount Rainier and going up a steep hill, and I threw a rod, and so I wanted to build that was a big Hudson cabriolet. It was heavy, and wanted to still have the power of a 1916 Hudson, but in a lighter car. So we built this replica of the first Pikes Peak winner. We had done Model A's prior to running Hudsons, and we just wanted Hudson revolutionized the engine in 1916 with its balanced crankshaft. And it's just, in 1916, Hudson was as good as you could get. They were a premier car, you know, the Cadillac of its day. Well, I've driven a car in each great race since 2002. And I did my first great race in 1994. And in 2002, they said it was going to be the last great race. It was the 20th anniversary. And I always wanted to take my dad on the race with me, so we got to do it in 2002. And we actually borrowed a Model A from a friend. And when the race is over, they announced that they were going to continue on with the great race. And so we bought a Model A Speedster and rebuilt it and raced it. Then we built we raced two different Hudsons in 2005, 2006, 2007. And so we haven't missed a great race in almost 10 years. So it was just, there was never a question that we were going to do this great race. We have finished in the top 10 twice, and we finished second in the Hemmings Challenge in 2007, I believe. We were just 2 seconds from winning the entire event, and I guess that's the best finish we've ever had. We've won probably a half a dozen days over the years, including Monday on this race. We won the day on Monday. Deciding who was going to do what on each great race, I've always been the driver. I don't know why. I've always loved to drive, and so I've always driven on each great race. Last year in the Hemmings Challenge in Bowling Green, my navigator couldn't go, and Howard Sharp's navigator couldn't go, so we went together, and I actually navigated and he drove my car, and that was the first time I'd ever navigated, and really enjoyed that. But I just feel like that I'm supposed to be behind the wheel. We've had support teams in the past, and we've not had support teams in the past. I've gone across country to California, I think twice or maybe 3 times on the great race with no support team. And if you could see our car, there's nowhere to put any luggage or anything. So we would just ask somebody if we could put our bags in their car, and we would just go. If we had problems, we would borrow tools, get help from other people. So we do support and we don't do support, just depending on who can go and who cannot go. My parents are along as our support this year. They're carrying our bags and everything, but we drove the car to the start. We didn't even bring a trailer. The Great Race is the most special event I've ever been associated with. I love to travel, I love old cars, and I love competition. This is friendly competition, it's not cutthroat competition, but it combines, I've been to probably 40 states in this country over the years on the Great Race. So, and I've driven roads and seen towns that no one would ever see traveling on the interstates. We go on all these wonderful back roads across this country and seen things that I never knew existed. So the Great Race combines my love of travel and old cars and competition all in one. So to me, it's the greatest event in the world.